arms and the man I sing, who, forced by fate and haughty Juno's unrelenting hate, expelled and exiled, left the Trojan shore. Long labors both by land and sea he bore, and in the doubtful war, before he won the Latian realm and built the destined town, his vanished gods restored to rights divine, secured succession in his line, from whence the race of Alban fathers come, and the glories of majestic Rome. O Muse, the causes and the crimes relate. What goddess provoked, and whence her hate? For what offense the Queen of Heaven began to persecute so brave and so just a man, involved his anxious life with endless cares, exposed to wants and hurried into wars? Can heavenly minds such high resentment show, or exercise their spite in human woe? Against the Tiber's mouth, but far away, an ancient town was seated by the sea, a Tyrian colony the people made, stout for war and studious of their trade. Carthage was the name, beloved by Juno more than her own Argos, or the Sabaean shore. Okay. Yeah, so that was the first 23, 24 lines of the Aeneid. I enclosed the text included the text not only so I could look at it if and when, as I did, need a bit of help, but also because it's not the translation that we're assigned for the course. So now it's clear that I didn't just make things up. The recitation, memorization experience, I think, was interesting to me. I think it's always fascinating when something is ingrained within you. I have memorized scripture before, and I find that the process of internalizing an artifact or text almost places you I'm averting my eyes. Almost places you within like the world of the author, it seems like. And so I can see why, this is just what I was thinking when I was memorizing, I can see how people who study a lot of something really specific become really, really engrossed in the messages or ideas that are being portrayed or communicated in that, or through that specific artifact, I guess I should say. So that's fascinating. I chose the Aeneid really because I loved this translation so much, and I loved the way that it sounded. I think it just, the writing of it just struck me right away. I just grew really passionate about it, and it is a lot of fun. I do wish that I had more time to really memorize it and, I don't know, perhaps make a backdrop or something like that. That would have been really interesting, and perhaps I'll be able to do that in the future with different works. Yeah, so, but it's, I wish I had time really to memorize everything. I think that's what I got from this experience, is just how much more you see in a text when you memorize it, you know, when you just go over it really slowly. And I know that I get that from scripture when I study the Bible, but it's different when you are studying poetry or trying to memorize poetry. So, yeah, okay.